Bonjour, Mr. Rafaran. I know that this year's Boao Forum, two topics have been highlighted, and you being a frequenter to the forum. The Chinese say, well, today's world is experiencing a tectonic change that has not happened ever in a century. So what is your understanding on the changes in the world, and what kind of challenges does it pose to global governance?
Yeah, it's a very good pleasure for me to have discussion with you. For me, the Boao Forum is a very important meeting, and very glad to be in this meeting. So the change is very important right now. With this pandemic, we have understood that the world is changing. Before, the globalization was the main word. We have a new vision right now. The vision is not globalization, but planetization. We need to have a new vision of the world, and this new vision is, for me, the Paris Agreement and consequences of this Paris Agreement. Now we are with the Paris Consensus. We need to change the world to protect our house, common house, to protect our destiny, to protect the planet. So the planetization is the main word, the main change. Planetization is the way that we have to follow to be a new world of cooperation.
Earlier, you talked about the models here in China are different from France and Europe in general. What do you say China's diplomacy is inspired and probably informed by its conviction that is rooted in Chinese culture, so that is systematically different from Western approaches?
Yes, China is a very old civilization, and it's not so easy to understand. I have made my first trip in China 50 years ago. I have made maybe more than 100 travels in China. And I know only a very small part of China. It's very difficult.
But your experience is very rare for Western politicians.
But it's very difficult to understand a very deep civilization. We need to have a lot of discussion, to have a lot of exchanges. And in France, there is no so much people who are knowing well China. And I think everybody has a very theoretical idea of China, not a practical idea of China. So we need to explain what the Chinese thinking is. We can have a different opinion. We can have right now different strategy. But if you look the civilization, if you look all the big trend, you will see that China will be always here, and we have to work with China for a long time. Even we have discussion at this period, but the time is bigger than us, and we have to understand that it's very important to understand. So we can, of course, have discussion, but we need to have respect and discussion. Mr. Chirac said always with me when I was his prime minister, he said, no, we have to work with Chinese. Why? Because they are as clever as us, and they work more than us. And when a people is clever, and these people are very working hard, they will be in the stage for a long time. And I think that my vision is a long-term vision. So I know that we can have differences. I know that we can some point we disagree, but I would like to have very long vision. And this vision is that we need to have cooperation with China respect of our model and also to have cooperation.